Hello again, everybody. I am up here at the location where my solar panels are currently at. You can see my old battery box over there. Still got to get that picked up and took somewhere, because some of y'all know I remade a battery box. Now, it has been raining or cold. It's still cold. It's been rainy and sloppy and all that kind of stuff every day here. So we got a day where it's not currently raining. It's supposed to, but it's not raining right now. So I'm gonna see if I can get anything done. I've got everything packed up here. Well, almost everything. I don't have the actual prop, but I've got most of the windmill packed up there. I'm gonna leave my solar panels there for now, but I think I know another spot where I can move the whole battery box to. And this will allow me to have all three of my power sources in the same little area, right, pretty much beside each other, and not have to run such long wires from like the water generator. It's got a really long wire running down here. Now, if I can get my power box located close to all of my sources, my solar panels, my water generator, and my wind generator, get all of them close together, then we pretty much got it worked out, and the only thing I got to do is run the AC to the cabin. Let's get with it. Okay, so you can see right here we got a big field right here, and I'll tell you what happens. Yes, there are mountains that are higher than this elevation, but the wind comes right down through here, right down this valley, and especially on up a little higher here where the wind turbine just happens to be going. Right back over here, you can see that there is a shot down through there if you're up a little higher. And what happens is we get pretty good, mainly south wind. Sometimes we go north. Of course, you're not going to get the crosswinds right here because of, you can see how tall of a hill it is on that side and how tall it is on that side. If we get the wind turbine on top of the ridge on either side, which this side is the one the cabin is on, I may look into that at some point, but for right now, this field right here is enough of a clearing that we'll get some pretty good wind, and I think this will work out pretty well. Now, all we gotta do is get all this junk off of the four-wheeler, and I gotta make another trip down to get a couple more things. Alright, well that was fun. Now, it's cleared out. I know I've got a weed eater. Probably should have used that. It would have been neater. It would have had everything cut down neat and look a lot nicer. But it wouldn't have been half as much fun. So, now that we got that, starting to sprinkle a little bit. I guess it ain't too bad. I'm going to see if I get this base set up. All right, well, I guess there is a reason why they tell you never get in a hurry when you're trying to do something. It's going to rain. It's coming. But I wanted to get it standing and try out, because you can tell the wind is starting to pick up. You can see stuff starting to move. And I decided, well, okay, I need to hurry up and get this thing standing up so I can check it out. I even brought a headlight up here to hook up to it, see if it'd produce any voltage. I didn't bring a meter or anything, but I figured the headlight will tell me if it's working. All right, and it probably would have. As you can see, we're getting some wind. Let me get around here. To the branches here. It's blowing a little bit, and it's supposed to really pick up here pretty soon. So, we did have a gust to do a little foreshadowing of what went on. You can kind of tell in the background. Let me just flip the camera around and I'll show you here. Okay, first off, down here, you can see something didn't quite hold. And that was not going to be the permanent setup. If it was going to work, I was actually going to put concrete in there, rebar down into it, and weld to the rebar. This was just to kind of try it out. And actually, luckily I didn't. I was going to add another pipe onto that one so it would be higher into the air. But anyway, it was standing up. I had, let me show you what I have here. Stake drove over there. Dog watching it to make sure it stays in. Okay, and it's tied to that. Just a strap. This is the only cable that I have. That's the one that probably, you know, probably this will end up being the one that will be used. But it was, for right now, just kind of hooked to the four-wheeler. Then the whole thing kind of caught the wind, and you can see there's more pieces here than what there was a while ago. Yeah, it broke. I was trying to catch it too. Actually, that probably wouldn't have broke. It would have ended up falling this way. But I was trying to catch it, and it pushed up like that, and that's what broke that. Once that went, the back end of it swung up like that, and that hit the ground. So I guess that means I got to cut out another blade. Now, I don't think it hurt anything else, but the fin back here was already bent, so yeah, it didn't bend it. Anyway, that's that's what happens when you experiment and do stuff. But what you got to do is you got to pick yourself up and or pick your junk up, fix it, and go on. All right. Well, I was hoping to have a windmill up here spinning around by the end of the day. The end of the day is coming pretty quick because there's a rainstorm about 20 minutes out, so I got to get all this cleaned up, put away, and took back down. Well, I guess I got to take the whole blade system back off, or at least one of the blades to take back down with me so I can make another one. Luckily, I've got another piece of pipe to make one with, so it's not really that big of a deal. Anyway. You don't just want to show the successful stuff that works perfect. Every now and then, you've got to show stuff that goes wrong. And one thing, if you're doing something like this and something happens and it's a setback, don't get discouraged, because that is something that I can fix right there. It's no big deal. If you're working on something and you have a little problem with it, something like this happens, you drop your windmill, let's say, break a blade. Don't get discouraged. Just keep on trying. This is all a learning process. I don't even know if this is going to be a permanent installation. I don't know if we have enough wind around here for this to be a sustainable source of energy. One thing I did do, I've got a generator right here. I can put on that water wheel, the big water wheel, and I can use that if it doesn't work with wind. We do get some wind though. Anyway, I guess I'm going back to the drawing board. Got some stuff to figure out. Appreciate everybody watching, and I'll see y'all on the next one.